The storm doesn't just whisper, it howls your name. Chosen one, a cosmic banshee's wail that rips through the fabric of reality, setting your soul on fire with electric purpose. Feel that weight slamming your chest? That's not dread, it's power. A supernova of raw, untamed energy pulsing through you, ready to melt the chains of those who thought they could bury you in a graveyard of their own doubts. You're no mere mortal, no flicker in the void. The universe tattooed your destiny across the constellations, not with gentle promises, but with trials that forged you into a blazing comet no one can snuff out. They cackled at your stumbles, sneered at your silence, and wagered you'd crumble, too blind to see they weren't just betting against you. They were spitting in the face of the cosmos itself. Now, their petty whispers are devoured by the galactic roar of your rise, and every step you take is a cataclysm they never dreamed would shake their world. Strap in, because you're not just here to shine, you're here to detonate the rules of fate. This pressure you're carrying, it's not a burden, it's a cosmic warhead, pulsing with purpose, radiating a vibe so potent it freezes rooms, like a black hole swallowing light. They're not just glancing your way, they're hypnotized, clawing at the edges of their sanity to decode how someone they tried to erase is now the supernova sparking life in corners their shadows could never touch. They picked a fight, too drunk on their own ego to realize they weren't facing you alone, but the primal heartbeat of the universe. That's a war they were doomed to lose, like ants challenging a supernova. The moment they moved against you, they declared war on something ancient, unstoppable, a force that laughs at their fragility. Now they're paying, drowning in starless nights, silenced by shame, their own words twisting like vipers in their throats as your name burns their lips like cosmic ash. The hands that tried to choke your light, charred to cinders. The voices that cursed you, smothered by the wildfire of your truth. Before we plunge into the abyss, slam that like button, subscribe to Chosen, and share this with another chosen one. When you do, you're not just spreading a message. You're unleashing a galactic signal, blasting truth into the void until even the blackest corners can't hide. Smash that button. Let's make this platform quake like a starship breaking orbit. Now, let's tear the veil off reality. You were never meant to slink in the shadows like some cosmic afterthought. From the dawn of time, the universe sculpted you with pressure hotter than a dying star, not privilege, with grit forged. In celestial crucibles, not ease. That grit built a resilience they'll never grasp, a fire that could ignite galaxies. That's why they whisper like nervous ghosts, why they scheme like rats in a collapsing maze, why their eyes lock onto you like moths to a supernova. It's not your name that haunts them, it's your refusal to shatter, your defiance that keeps you soaring through their nightmares. Being chosen isn't just about blessings, it's about becoming a cosmic mirror, reflecting every lie they told. Themselves, every dream they faked but could never touch. You're the proof that energy doesn't lie, that truth slices like a meteor through the void. Your name now reverberates in realms you've never touched, and the ones who called you unhinged. They're chanting icon now, scrambling to rewrite their story like they always saw your star rising. But truth is, they glimpsed your cosmic glow before you did, and it petrified them. That's why they tried to smother it, to banish you to the edges of their universe. But you were never alone. The cosmos sends its fiercest where the fight forges emperors, and you, chosen one, were born to reign over the stars. So why did you ever doubt yourself? Why let their static screech drown out your cosmic frequency, their lies warp your reflection into a funhouse mirror? You forgot the truth. Your isolation wasn't exile, it was a celestial forge, a divine crucible to temper what was growing inside you. That silence wasn't a void, it was the universe tuning your soul to its anthem. You weren't abandoned. You were cloaked in stardust, refined in the dark until your moment exploded. And now, that moment is here. Your rise isn't just yours. It's a galactic upheaval, obliterating every barrier they built. Your glow isn't just light, it's a cosmic verdict, a blazing sentence on those who tried to shatter you. They couldn't steal your fire, so they skulk in the dark, praying you'll nova out. But the universe doesn't forge what can be broken. You're the proof that what's meant to blaze can't be caged, no matter how many claws scrape at you. Let them spin tales, play confused. You didn't tweak the story, you hijacked it. Pause. Feel that supernova in your chest, that quiet inferno. That's not anxiety. It's the universe bellowing, reminding you who you are. Drop a 77 in the comments if you felt the shift. Fake smiles like cracked holograms, forced silences like dying stars, that weird energy from those who can't handle the cosmic blaze you were born to wield. Breathe, lock in. If you're truly chosen, you won't turn away. Let's blast off. Number 1, when the tables turn, the cosmos quakes. You didn't crush them. Their lies imploded like a collapsing star under the gravity of your truth. They thought they were slick, didn't they? Snickering in their dim little orbits, giggling at your falls, tossing cosmic dust on your name like it'd bury you in a nebula of their making. But here's the twist. Dust doesn't bury the chosen. It seeds them. Now you're erupting through the void, wild, unstoppable, your roots sunk deep in the pain they tried to weaponize. What they mocked is now worshipped, their laughters choked out by the deafening supernova of your success. This is what happens when the universe snaps its fingers and says, "Showtime." They weren't just fighting you, they were defying a force older than time. The game they thought they ruled, it was never theirs. When the universe backs its chosen, no lie can warp the truth, no force can halt the cosmic tide. You feel the shift, don't you? It's in the way they say your name now. Half awe, half terror. Those eyes that once skipped over you, now they're chasing your light, drowning in fake concern that masks their panic. They know they can't touch you anymore. You're not the same, you're chosen, and now you're a force. Still got doubts, still wondering why the attacks burned like plasma, why your isolation felt like a black hole, why your path was a solitary orbit. Hear this. You were isolated to keep their venom from poisoning your starlight. The universe silenced the noise so you could hear your own cosmic roar. And still, you questioned your worth, dimmed your blaze to soothe their fragile egos, tried to squeeze into a system you were born to supernova. Enough. You weren't made to fade. You were made to ignite, to disrupt, to shift the galaxy just by existing. The second you owned that, the cosmos tilted. Now the whispers are wild. Strangers claim they charted your orbit. They call it luck, but they weren't there when the universe cracked you open to rebuild you as a constellation. They weren't there in the void when you thought no one saw your grind, your pain, your hunger. But the universe saw. And now it's making sure the galaxy can't look away. Your rise isn't just personal, it's a cosmic rebellion. When the chosen awaken, the fake quiver like dying stars. When truth blazes in, lies vaporize. When light ignites, shadows scatter like roaches in a supernova. They thought they could control the narrative, but truth doesn't burn out, it explodes. You're the loudest proof that real outlasts illusion, yet you wavered, let their noise cloud your cosmic signal, saw your scars and forgot their battle forged. You asked, why me, when you should have roared, how do I wield this better? Preparation isn't punishment, it's ascension. Stop doubting. Being chosen isn't about being flawless, it's about carrying a purpose. So massive most would implode. But you carry it with scars and swagger, grace and grit, a fire no void can swallow. The galaxy's watching, the cosmos is buzzing. Those who called you too much now sit speechless, while others crown you legendary. Your name's soaring, theirs sinking into the static they stirred. When the tables turn, the cosmos doesn't just shift, it shatters, vaporizing everything fake. Own your power like you never doubted it. They did, and now they're choking on cosmic dust. Number 2, from laughter to cosmic awe. They thought your silence was surrender, but it was a supernova charging in the void. Remember those nights? Not just sleepless, but the ones that clawed, where silence roared louder than a collapsing galaxy, where your breath felt like molten starfire, and you stared into the abyss, wondering if the pain had purpose. While you wrestled your soul, they watched. Not to lift you, but to bet on your collapse. They weren't just doubting, they were rooting for your implosion, smirking in your face, or lurking like cosmic scavengers, ready to feast on your defeat like vultures circling a dead star. Your tears were weakness to them, your quiet a white flag, your solitude a tomb. But they missed it. The universe was weaving your ascension. Every low was a starseed, every lonely night a spark, every betrayal a course correction. That was the setup, a cosmic sleight of hand. Now those same voices that called you broken can't stop chanting your praises. They shout your name louder than you do, quoting your moves like they're carved in starlight, studying your rise like astronomers, tracking a rogue comet they once mocked. They're not quiet because they've changed, they're paralyzed. You weren't supposed to return, to thrive, to find peace, power, purpose. But you did, and you did it loud just by being you. You didn't have to prove them wrong. The universe did, tossing you a spotlight after they buried you in cosmic shade, handing you joy after they cackled at your pain. Now your glow's everywhere. In their talks, their glances, the stares when you blaze in. Your name rises like plasma from a star they swore was dead. But the real betrayal? It was yours. When you bought their doubt, let it creep into your core, dimmed your blaze to fit their shadows. You shrank when you should have stood tall, begged for scraps in orbits you were meant to rule. Yet the universe didn't drop you. It waited until you remembered. That's what chosen ones do. We stumble, then we detonate. Those scars you thought were flaws, their cosmic armor, gleaming. Those tears you thought blurred your sight, they sharpened it. That pain you thought would end you, it broke the old you to birth the one they can't fathom. They're not cheering, they're panicking quietly. Every post on Chosen, every smile you flash, every win you don't even flex, it sears. You're the mirror to what they abandoned. Proof that starting over ignites galaxies, that endurance outshines envy. They mocked your dreams, now they're stealing your star charts in secret. They sneered, "Who do you think you are?" Now they mutter, "I always knew you'd make it." Let that land. The ones who doubted your worth now beg for your glance, clinging to your shine, hoping it rubs off. Your presence roars. That's power, that's transformation, that's the universe rewriting the cosmos. They didn't fear your failure. They feared your ascension, the day you'd stop asking permission and move like the galaxy was yours. That day's here, and they're scrambling to rewrite their role in your saga. You're not at your peak. This is just the ignition, and they know it. That's why they sow confusion, hoping you'll pause. But there's no catching up when you're aligned. Keep blazing, keep winning, no apologies, no shrinking. You weren't chosen to be liked. You were chosen to be a cosmic legend. Let them watch. Let them wish they'd laughed before. Now they look up, and they'll never look down on you again. Number 3, when loyalty turns to cosmic stalking. They didn't just lose you. They lost the stardust they only had in your orbit. You know them. The ones who called you kin, who knew your secrets, your lows, and catalogued your flaws, not to heal, but to arm themselves with cosmic daggers waiting to strike. They had a front row seat to your journey and still bet you'd crash into a black hole. Now they're hooked, stalking every move on Chosen, like it's a ritual carved in starlight, checking your posts before their own, but never daring to engage. Every picture, every step, every pulse of your growth slices them, not because you hurt them, but because you proved them wrong. They thought you'd burn out without them, but you became a supernova. They thought you'd crawl back, but your silence screams louder than their unwritten apologies. They thought they had time. Now time's left them behind. And your name's the anthem in realms they can't enter. Your rise is their obsession, a cosmic itch they can't scratch. They fish for updates through back channels, tossing out, "How's so-and-so doing?" like your name doesn't sear their throats like plasma. Every tale of your peace, your power, your wins twists the dagger they plunged themselves. You're the legend, the proof of what happens when you don't quit. They lie to sleep, you changed, you got lucky, you forgot your roots. But they know, you healed, you aligned, you remembered who you were before their doubt. Now they remember, but it's too late. Their minds are prisons of what-ifs, locked in orbits of regret. What if they'd backed you, believed in you, not fumbled a cosmic spark? Regret's a currency they can't spend. Your energy's sacred now, access barred like a forbidden nebula. You gave them stardust, they treated it like ash. You showed your wounds, they aimed for them. You offered truth, they played games. Now the realest thing in their life is gone, and they're stuck with replays and dead-end scrolls on Chosen. Your resilience is their torment. Every rise, every smile, every level up without a glance back screams they were replaceable. You were a once-in-a-lifetime comet. They missed the you that needed them, but that you burned in the fire they helped ignite. What rose? Untouchable, unreachable, unbothered, a force so radiant their silence chants your name across the void. They can't stop watching, won't admit it. They might block Chosen to stop checking 10 times a day, but they're still there, lurking, longing, losing. You keep winning, not to wound them, but because you stopped saving them. Dragging dead weight slows the cosmic climb. Not everyone near your light was meant to carry it. Their obsession isn't praise, it's punishment. Their regret isn't growth, it's grief. They lost the version of themselves that thrived in your glow, and it's gone. Keep rising, be everything they swore you couldn't. You don't. Owe them closure. Live so fully they realize they never knew you. That's what happens when the Chosen stop shrinking. They become the star no one can touch. Number 4, the universe strikes with cosmic swagger. Justice doesn't creep, it struts, silent and cataclysmic. They laughed in their tiny asteroid belts. Now your name echoes through the galaxies like a celestial war cry. You didn't need revenge, no petty clapbacks or spilled cosmic tea. You needed time, alignment, and the quiet alchemy only Chosen. Unwieled, the universe balanced the scales with the precision of a star forge. They thought they'd skate by, the mockery, the shade, the dismissal. They bet on your collapse, smirked at your struggles, believing your work in the dark would never see starlight. But the universe remembers. Now stars shift, galaxies collide to carve space for your rise. Time, energy, momentum bend to your comeback like light bending around a black hole. You're not just winning, you're proof justice is real, waiting, then striking with interstellar flair. Their whispers now bleed regret like a dying star. Did you hear about them? Can you believe how far they've come? Remember when we thought they'd fail? The voices that doubted you recite your story like it's carved in cosmic stone. You're the blueprint while they mock the stardust. Your discipline's a beacon, your confidence a throne, your story a legend in realms you were once barred from. They're haunted, not by what they did, but what they lost. They were close to a supernova and fumbled it. Your name drops like antimatter in places you've never stepped. Your energy strides in, shifts the air, lingers like a gravitational wave. That's justice. Your light hits where your feet haven't. They rolled their eyes at your dreams. Now, they study your moves like sacred star charts. They scoffed at your ideas. Now they quote them. They laughed at your plans. Now they chase your formula on Chosen, desperate for your spark. Their support is envy in costume, obsession veiled. As praise, they remember overlooking you, and it burns like a solar flare. Justice doesn't scream, it echoes, doesn't strike, it reflects. They face the you they ignored, the brilliance they dismissed, the stardust they mistook for rust. While they threw shade, the universe built you a crown of constellations. This isn't a comeback, it's a cosmic reset. You ascended, not through revenge, but evolution. Chosen one, you wrestle with forgiving them. Drop it. You're not their punishment, you're proof. Proof the universe backs what's real. That silence is a blade with purpose, that they didn't need defeating, just outgrowing. They'll never get the old you back, the one they laughed at, ignored. They missed walking with a supernova. Now, watching from screens and side talks they're not invited to, this is your justice, quiet, loud, heavy, holy. The cosmos can't stop watching. Number 5, their fall was written in the stars. They didn't just bet against you, they bet against the universe, and the debt's collecting like a cosmic reaper. You don't need to speak, your existence roars like a quasar. Every time your name's praised in realms they thought they ruled, every win echoing in places they never dreamed you'd reach. It lands like a meteor they can't dodge. Praise for you is a reckoning, each compliment a slash to their ego, each nod a crack in their pride, each story of your climb a blaze, torching their illusion of your failure. They made you a punchline, a whisper of doubt, crafting a tale where you'd fade while they rose on stolen starlight. But the narrative's not theirs, it's truth's, it's yours. Watch them squirm, dodging your name, faces tightening when your story's told, bolting when the talk turns to your glow. Your light exposes their jealousy, their lies, their fragile pride. Your name hunts them like a pulsar's pulse. This is the twist they didn't see, where you rise without crushing anyone. The universe does the work with interstellar swagger. Its justice stings, quiet and undeniable, squeezing their insecurities. They enter realms where your energy lingers, longer than theirs, where you're a constellation, not a question, sparking awe, not doubt. Their punishment isn't hate, it's irrelevance. You outgrew them, bet on your fall, and now live with the loss. You're too busy becoming, chasing new nebulae, higher orbits. Your rise screams while your silence stings. Their downfall wasn't your doing. It was their arrogance, a tower of lies that crumbled when you rose. They'll pretend they had your back, rewrite history. But you remember the silence when you needed their voice, the absence when you looked for help, the smirks that spoke volumes. Let them sweat in conversations they're not part of, stumble over your name, choke on praise that was once venom. Let them scroll, chosen in silence, watching you shine with no way to stop it.